Hello everyone, and welcome to the Noob Tube. I am darkothenoob, and today we are bringing you a how to snipe in Destiny video. This is not going to be just a random montage of great gameplay with get good commentary. The purpose of this video is to break down some gameplay footage and talk about the thought process behind those decisions. We'll be talking about aim assist, positioning, challenging, and poking, and hopefully give you some concepts to improve your sniper and PvP gameplay as a whole. So the first thing we're going to talk about is aim assist. A lot of people hear the term aim assist and think it's some sort of bullet magnetism that pulls your shot towards the enemy, letting you shoot around corners like in the movie Wanted. This isn't even close. Aim assist is something that is present in most console shooters, and all that aim assist does is help keep your reticle on target when zoomed in on an enemy, or will slightly pull your reticle if the enemy moves while you are scoped in. It literally does nothing for the shot itself, it only assists your aim. Hence, aim assist. Here in this clip, I'm dragging my scope sideways to show you the extent of aim assist. If you watch, when the scope crosses over the alkalite, you can see it physically slow down. This is all that aim assist does. Nothing more. Alright, so we're going to show you a normal clip and afterwards slow it down and talk about what aim assist did and did not do to help. Two of these kills were made with the help of aim assist by drag scoping. This is what makes aim assist so important, and while it doesn't magically grant you kills you clearly shouldn't have, it does help keep you on target long enough for you to make your shot. Alright, so our aim is a little off in the beginning, but by pulling up and to the left, our aim assist slowed down the scope long enough for us to pull the trigger and get the headshot. When we go back after this next one, we see that our scope doesn't quite make contact with the enemy, which gives us a clean miss. This next shot hits him about the clavicle, showing that the bullet magnetism does not exist, and we get the double body shot. We're going to reload, and when we go after this next one, we're going to drag scope to the left, and our aim assist is going to slow down our scope long enough for us to park on his head and get the kill. This last one, he's going to try to slide in, but by doing another drag scope to the left, the aim assist parks the scope on his head, and we get the kill. Aim, at the end of the day, is much more important than aim assist. So the next thing we're going to talk about is the types of snipers and when you should use them. The first and most popular archetype of sniper rifle in Destiny is the low rate of fire, high impact rifle. These include the longbow synthesis, LDR, black spindle, and icebreaker, among others. The reason these are so often used is because of the enormous amount of damage they do per shot, enough for a guaranteed one-hit kill to the head, or enough damage to the body to allow an easy switch to primary for a fast cleanup kill. These types of snipers are most useful in killing a warlock off of a self-revive, completely killing an enemy with minimal damage to the body, killing an enemy immediately after they've been revived, or killing a slightly damaged enemy in the middle of a super that normally grants them extra armor. The second type of sniper is the high rate of fire, low impact sniper. Examples of these rifles are the ones sold at the tower vendors, Glass Promontory, and Patience in Time, among others. These aren't as commonly used because while it can one-shot an enemy off of revive, if their subclass is set up with max armor, it most likely will not, allowing both them and the teammate who revived them time to team shot you, and usually to your death. However, in game types when damage and armor values are normalized, most of these will still one-shot kill to the head and have a good chance to still killing an enemy off of revive or a self-res warlock. These types of weapons are also great to use against a crowd of enemies or when counter-sniping against an enemy that isn't able to get an immediate headshot, as you'll be able to double body shot him much faster than he'll be able to swap over to a primary for a cleanup kill. These archetype of snipers are the ones I would recommend for those unsure of their sniping abilities, as they are much more forgiving than their slow firing counterparts. The next topic, and in my mind the most important topic by far, is positioning. Great positioning keeps the enemy team contained or funneled to where it can be nearly impossible to break out of, and conversely, bad positioning makes you an easy target and gives the other team position against you to the point where there is absolutely nothing you can do to salvage the map. The image and upcoming gameplay will be on Pantheon, as it is a very common sniping map as well as being almost completely symmetrical, making proper positioning the same regardless of your spawn. Here, I've noted Waterfall and Bridge Heavy for reasons of context, as well as the three most common sniper lanes, Top, Mid, and Bridge. At the beginning of the game, almost everyone who intends to snipe will head to Top or Mid, and a brawl ensues as to whoever gets the first kill or all the cleanups. These two locations, unless you're a good aim and have a high agility subclass enabling you to get there to get the first shot, is almost always a matter of luck as to who kills who. A good player knows that while lucky shots are great for highlight reels, they're not practical in normal gameplay where improvement is your goal. Hence why I almost always go to bottom and why I've circled those lanes in green. Usually anyone you see down here is trying to rotate for a push towards mid special and doesn't expect anyone to be looking for an easy pick, which leads to you having great position to be able to rotate anywhere on mid or even to their special from bottom, getting an early pin against the enemy team. On control or clash, the spots I've notated are great for mid control. Never, ever, ever go absolute mid unless your team has the enemy pinned in their spawn, and even then it's a bad idea, as a spawn flip leaves you for easy picking against a shotgun or last word. These spots are also great as they allow you to challenge, which we'll talk about later, multiple areas of the map, and leave you with several options of escape if you're being pressured too hard. Your main concern in these areas are shotgunners coming up from waterfall, but by using your grenades to zone and map awareness, you should be able to make your escape and reposition accordingly. Alright, so let's look at some gameplay footage with probably the best looking hunter in the world holding the flag. So one of the things that I do want to talk about starting off the bat is you'll notice at the start of the map I look slightly down. I do this specifically for a reason, but on almost every other map you should never do this. Always keep your crosshairs up at where hev level will be, because the less distance you want to move for your sniper means the faster your reaction time. So we're looking down here, we don't see anybody, no one's challenging. So we're going up to a slightly better position, throwing a grenade across to try to keep that pinned. Now we can see bottom and mid if anyone pushes. We see two people over here, take a shot and miss because we have potato aim. We wait for a bit for the second challenge, we don't see them. We move up to a slightly exposed position to try to get this kill. After we pick him off, we rotate back to safety immediately rather than challenging to get to a stronger position. Now we know someone is to the left slightly and our radar just confirmed it, so from our better position, we get the easy pick. Move up to where we can actually see to the right because we know one is at waterfall, and now we have the better position of the map. We're going to zone off this area so they can't challenge us from the left while we're scoped in, try to get the easy pick, and of course potato. So we go back a little bit to make sure no one's challenging from the bridge heavy. No one's pushing up. So we go back to our position. We see someone at waterfall, so we know that's covered, and we're back to watching mid. We keep watching, miss our shot, we get the easy cleanup. Now we can kill the one that's going to challenge from waterfall, and we're off to a very great start for the game, already having B under our control. Alright, so in this clip, we've just killed the Self-Res Warlock. The enemy's taking B. We have two teammates at waterfall. Most players at this point would push up to special, try to pick off whoever's at B, but we don't know how many are there, and we're hurt, which would lead to an easy pick for the enemy. So instead, we rotate to waterfall, where we can get a different angle and get some health back. Our teammates are down by special, so we go up top to get a better elevation and a different angle. Remember, team shotting from different angles is always more advantageous, as it's much harder for the enemy to get a double kill from a single shot or a grenade. So we're back in our position, we get an easy pick, we're looking, we're out of specials, so we throw a trip mine to zone off the waterfall while we're going to reload. Now we're restocked on ammo, we're going back to our position, we're retaking B, so we're overlooking the most likely area of attack. We see the enemy, get the easy pick, recapture B. Good job. Alright, so the very last thing that we're going to talk about is challenging and poking. Challenging is when you and an enemy both know where each other are and you move out from cover to engage. Poking is when you rapidly move back and forth from behind cover, hoping to get a pick. This first clip we're going to show what happens whenever you challenge and poke wrongly. So right here we know someone is at mid, someone is across at the stairs, and someone is to our right. So instead of moving fully forward to try to pick someone off, we're going to very lightly poke our head around and see if we can get a pick from someone challenging too hard. We look, we see them, miss our second body shot. Now at this point, we know someone is zoomed in with a sniper at us, someone is still over to the right, and one just jumped down. The right thing to do would have been to back off, find out where everyone is, and get a better angle. Here's what happens when you challenge. And we paid for it. We deserved every bit of that. So in this clip, we'll show what happens when you do it the right way. So we've got some ammo, we make sure we're not getting spawns behind us. Teammate died and we see them on the radar, so we zoom in. One thing to notice, if you see I zoom in and out over and over and over again, that's because I'm checking my radar to see where the enemy is. So at this point, we have one to the right, someone's in middle, and someone's to our left. We miss our shot. Now, a lot of people would do like I just did before and try to repoke and get one of those picks. And even if you do get one, that second person that was there is probably going to pick you off. And if they don't, the one to the right or the one to the left will. So at this point, it's best to back off and get a better angle. We go backwards, throw a grenade to zone off this left side so nobody can see us. We see him challenging, and he pays for it. Well guys, that wraps up this tutorial. I hope this was helpful and that you learned something. And since I have no closer, you can enjoy this clip of my hunter doing whatever it is she's doing.